Music is your life. Ladies and gentlemen, namaskar and welcome. It's me, Mahalaxmi. You are watching the Mahalaxmis Show. Today we have versatile musician Ivan Schlundt-Bodien. Without wasting our time, I just want to welcome to him. Ivan Schlundt-Bodien, welcome to the Mahalaxmis Show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you in our show.
Thank you very much.
So how are you?
I'm well. I'm doing okay. I'm here visiting Orlando, obviously for the day, and so it's great to be here out in the sun and get some fresh, vitamin D in, some fresh air. So it's nice to be out again. Everything has been okay with me. I'm living over in Tampa right now, and I'm kind of working on my music, kind of honing in, perfecting, mastering my craft, each and every day. I'm sure, just like you, with your videos and stuff. So. Yeah, it's fun, exciting. Got a lot of things kind of coming up that are getting ready to come out and with my new website and stuff like that. So that's something to look forward to, and I'm excited to get to kind of start promoting and put out there.
I know you are a very good musician because you already sent me so many different kind of music.
Thank you.
I'm a fan of your music, right?
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So when did you start your music career?
Well, let's see. So I guess my music career, you could probably say, started back in probably like high school, early high school. It's probably when I first picked up the guitar, and that was, I guess, something that I kind of had an interest in, just because something that my father played growing up. And when I first started out in grade school, they're in band class, they didn't have like guitar and drums as an instrument of choice. So my parents kind of forced me to learn, one of the more classical instruments at first. So, I kind of grew up with clarinet, then, got bored with that, and eventually moved over to the guitar, where I kind of taught myself to play a little bit. And it's really kind of been from a guitar, that's kind of opened the door to where, my passion for music just as a whole started. And from there, it kind of progressed to recording and mixing, editing, producing, and just the whole 9 yards as far as the music goes. Working in computers and in the programs and stuff like that too. So that all came obviously afterwards. But yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
So do you think people can survive in this situation? People can survive as a musician?
You know what? It's a great question, to be honest. And I know that, society a lot of times has a way of thinking, about musicians and artists as being, always being poor or struggling, and, it's really hard field to get into. But the way that I try to look at it is that, kind of anything in life that we try to do is kind of a risk and gamble. And so that's something that we always have to kind of weigh out. When we're making, our choices and what we want to follow. Just like, some people, play poker or something like that. That's a risk, anything you choose to do in life, has its risk and reward. You can go to college too for 4 years, and, maybe by the time you end up graduating, there's not a lot of work in that field. So that, you just took a risk, spending all that money on college tuition, and that's not necessarily doesn't guarantee you anything. So, the way I try to look at it is that, if you're passionate and you work hard enough in anything, in any field, that you'll find, those opportunities will come, and it's just about, learning, always learning. There's going to be obviously falls and ups and downs, and so it's just, it really takes kind of, it really takes sort of like that sort of persistence, that a lot of times, people will get frustrated and will want to give up and stuff like that. So, as long as you kind of just find a way to kind of keep motivated and, keep pushing, I think good things will always, find a way.
By the way, are you originally from US?
No, I was actually born in South America. I was born down in Peru, but I came here when I was very, very young. So so I don't really have like too strong of an accent or anything. But I was born down in Lima, and I grew up for a few years in Maryland, and then I came down to Florida, and I've been here ever since.
US is a very big country, right? And here it is very difficult to do struggle as a musician. So how you are doing? How you are managing?
Well, you're right. The last few years have been pretty hard. Obviously with the pandemic, affecting kind of everybody as a whole. So, I actually had to kind of take, some working for corporation, Marriott, and doing AV work for them, for the last few years. And now that, everything has started to kind of reopen back up, it's why I think, it's kind of the perfect time for me as well to kind of try to branch out and do my own, maybe my own little business here.
So you came from Peru and you are trying to get your career in music, right?
Correct.
So how difficult to be a musician?
Well, I think I think I'd be lying if I said it was easy. I mean, I don't think anything really, that's worth, kind of achieving in life is going to be easy. Otherwise, everybody would do it, right? But to answer the other question about, making it in music, I think there's kind of a misconception that, in music, everybody thinks that you have to make a #1 hit or you have to be on the radio, #1, on the Billboard chart to have a successful career. And quite honestly, I don't think that that's the case. For me, some of the ideas that I have, with my new business that I'm getting ready to start up is, my plan is to kind of go and reach out to small businesses, local businesses here and also in Tampa, and maybe some new small business startups that also need help. Whether it's with promotion, with advertisement, small videos or music, things like that they can add to their websites or to help their business, to help boost it. So that's kind of sort of the idea that I kind of had was reaching out to small businesses and kind of offering some services. Say, hey, I think I could come in and help make you a small commercial for your business. How does that sound? Maybe I can give them a little sample of what I can do, and if they like it, we can kind of go from there. And this way you can kind of make in some money without having to necessarily be on the radio necessarily.
How you get the inspiration?
Well, that's a good question. I know for me, inspiration kind of hits kind of at random times. Honestly, it's a little bit weird the way my brain works, but I know that in the way that I have it kind of figured out in my head is to kind of, when I start to reach out to these small businesses, the plan is to kind of to talk and to get to know the owners as much as I can and get a feel for what it is that they like, what it is they're into, whether it's their music, stuff like that. Get a good picture, get a good idea of what it is that they might like, and then kind of I can go home, present to them, build up what it is that I think that they have, and then present it to them and say, hey, we like it, we don't like it, we want to change this, we want to change that, and in the end, hopefully, you end up with a nice, video or a song, something for them that that they obviously they're pleased to have.
You're a musician, so do you have any specific genre, or you will create all kind of music?
That's another good question. I never really been one to kind of try to limit myself to any one type of music or genre, especially now, in the so-called early phases of my music career now, where I've really kind of spent the last X number of years kind of finding my sound, as a lot of producers and artists would say. So I think that my what you can call my sound now is something that I honestly I grab just bits and pieces from all the different genres. I don't like to kind of stick myself in one box. I mean, obviously I like music that people can dance to and stuff like that, but I mean that's I can also make music for film or music for hip hop. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever the client wants is what we're aiming to deliver.
If somebody wants your music creation, how can they reach out to you?
Well, right now you can contact me through my Gmail. The Gmail you can reach me at right now is Ivan Bodien, IVAN, Bodien, BODIEN 715 @gmail.
Yeah, we'll keep in our description as well. I know you already created so many music. So which one is your best one? Do you have any?
That's a hard question. I would have to maybe defer to you or anybody else on that, just because, I mean, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite at this point, just because I have so many different tracks on that I have, and honestly, I consider them all like my children and my babies, and I really can't pick one to have a favorite child. You know, they're all my babies, they're all my kids. I love them all the same. So yeah, whichever one's you know, a client or whoever, you know, whichever ones you guys like, that's my favorite.
Do you have any message for our audience?
Honestly, I would just say to kind of just follow your dreams, and kind of don't let anybody tell you that, you know, you can or can't do anything. And honestly, I think that we're in a time now where, you know, if you know, we're kind of been on the edge of, you know, should we you know, maybe try you know, if you guys are kind of stuck in a job maybe that just didn't bring you, you know, your total fulfillment, that, you know, maybe it's time to kind of reconsider. You know, there's a lot of you know, openings and opportunities out there, you know, with other companies, or, you know, even like we're trying to do, you know, work for ourselves. So it's never too late, and yeah, just, you know, you just got to figure out what it is that, you know, interests you, and, you know, what kind of gets your juices flowing in the morning, and just go with it. You know, go all in. You know.
Ivan, it was really nice conversation. Thank you very much for being a part of Mahalaxmi Show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
We hope you will create more music, and one day you will be so popular.
Yeah, absolutely. We both will. Stay tuned, and you know, you keep doing what you do, and yeah, we'll see each other at the top, I'm sure.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching the Mahalaxmi Show. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, try to do best. Stay healthy and happy. Namaste. Bye-bye.
Bye.